My name is Brian C. Lee Jr., principal and architect here at Colloqate Design. We've had an amazing year, but we want to look back on what we were able to accomplish this year so that we can look forward to all the new adventures we have coming forward. Let's check it out. Colloqate Design is a design justice studio that focuses specifically on how we challenge the privilege and power structures that use architecture and design to sustain systems of oppression throughout the built environment. But it also calls on us to envision those very same spaces as spaces of racial, social, and cultural justice. How might we transform space into something that is of service in our communities? How do we acknowledge the cultures that are embedded in the places and spaces that we work in? How do we affirm that the influence of the built environment is critical in the outcomes of our neighborhoods? And lastly, what are we thinking about when we actively seek to deconstruct the harmful built environment and construct an environment that is of service to those communities that we serve? This year has been incredible for Colloqate Design, and we are really excited to show you what we've been up to. So first stop is in Portland, Oregon. I'm gonna pass it over to Catherine.
Hi all, Catherine here in the Portland studio. In 2023, we leaned into Colloqate's theory of change by investing in projects that centered youth education, community access to resources, and transformative processes. Key projects have been engaging in Northeast Portland's community to envision what a Center for Black Student Excellence encompasses and what Jefferson High School as a state-of-the-art cultural hub might look like. Additionally, we co-facilitated a participatory budgeting process with historically marginalized Washington County residents to create design proposals for nature projects. And another big highlight has been watching the construction progress on Midland Library. We are eager to see the collaboratively designed community spaces, art projects, and resources open to community use in summer of 2024. Also in 2024, we're looking forward to continuing to build and invest in relationships with aligned organizations that are focused on providing attainable housing for Portland residents. But all in all, we're very excited to see what 2024 brings. And now I'll pass it over to Brian Bradshaw in New Orleans to tell us a bit about projects we've been doing there.
Thanks, Catherine. Hi everyone, I'm Brian Bradshaw and I'm a designer in the New Orleans office. In the summer, we hosted a 4-day Design Justice Summit in partnership with Designers Protest and Dark Matter University, which was an event focused on creating a space for designers to challenge power and organize the profession to make more intentional steps towards justice. Later in the year, the New Orleans team traveled to Portland, Oregon for the annual NOMA conference, where a few of us facilitated sessions ranging from conversations with our community design organizers about what they want architects to know as they engage with their communities, to the work we do outside of Colloqate in programs like Project Pipeline, supporting and mentoring young designers and future architects. We had the pleasure of hosting and collaborating on many community engagement events throughout the city that supported our projects, from our Storia series to the Claiborne Innovation District. One of those events was the culmination of the Design Justice Summit's Cultural Future Fest, located at the New Orleans African American Museum. As a part of this project, we have hired 6 community design organizers to work with us to gather stories and experiences of the Treme neighborhood in order to highlight the community produced by Jerome Smith and Tambourine and Fan, who gathered under the Claiborne Bridge for over 50 years. This process will inform the design of the Cultural Hub Welcome Center that we are designing in collaboration with Ujima Economic Development Corporation. And those are some of the highlights from the New Orleans office. So now I'll send it to Brian to talk a little bit more about some of the recent changes we've got going on.
One of the ways that we do that is to facilitate design justice trainings across the country. We are supporting organizations, clients, and communities that want to instill design justice principles throughout the work that they're doing. None of this work is done alone, and so lastly, I want to celebrate one of our alumni here at Colloqate, Elizabeth Chen. We want to celebrate some of the student interns that came this past summer, Diego and Cheyenne. We also want to welcome Kaylin and Amina. I don't know what the new year holds, but we are excited to see what happens next. Follow us.